Book 3, Chapter 16, Heaven. Back in class on Friday morning, Mr. Willis shares that we will be having the fundraiser in 2 weeks' time. Once again, it will be held on a Saturday and many activities will take place. Limerick, I can't wait to talk with you. I whisper over to her and she nods with eagerness. Charles quietly asks if everything is okay, and I just nod. We are in class and we don't want to get into trouble trying to talk with one another. I missed sitting on the bench this morning because I had slept in. I couldn't sleep during the night. I was very excited about meeting Miss Austen and anxious to discover what the treasure chest holds. When the morning recess bell rings, we race to take our places on the bench. Baxter is absent today. As Limerick takes her seat between Charles and I, she eagerly asks, Finnan, tell us, what do you want to tell us? I take a deep breath, knowing the story will have to be told quickly before class resumes, and I say, Limerick, the lady you interviewed, we have discovered she is Sir's beloved. Charles does a double take and says, Pardon? She is Sir's beloved, and the gentleman, Mr. Max, he has cufflinks that were given to him by Sir. Those cufflinks were once Sir's father's, which means they once belonged to my great-grandfather's brother. Charles ponders as he runs his fingers through his hair. He says, What a great story, Finn. It is a great story, and the greatness is that it is a true story. Limerick shares her interview with Miss Austen. She does remember that Miss Austen was very sad, longing for her friend of many years who had recently passed. I wouldn't have put that together, she says. I know, the puzzle is getting bigger with more pieces, but they are all fitting. We look out towards the playground and watch the others on the swings. Do you ever want to play on the swings? Limerick asks us. Do you ever want to play on the swings? Charles asks back, without answering her question first. I do. Sometimes. Me too. We notice 3 empty swings in a row. I'll race you, I say with playfulness. You're on. Charles responds, and the 3 of us race to the swings. Limerick sits once again in the middle. Charles and I are on either end. We push to see who can go the highest, but it is a tie. The swings are for younger children, so we don't want to overdo it. The cold breeze touches my cheeks, and I can see Limerick's hair swaying back and forth. Charles's hair is picture perfect in the breeze. I look at the 2 and I hear my heart say, Love is the answer. I begin to wonder why my heart keeps sharing with me that love is the answer, when I'm not looking for any direct answer to anything. Just then, the bell rings to go back in, and as we slow down the swings, Limerick says, Thank you, guys. I was hoping to do that. We grin, knowing she is happy, and we head back to the classroom. On the board, Mr. Willis has written a list of things to do for the event. As we take our seats, Mr. Willis grins at the 3 of us and says with a wink, Don't you think you have outgrown the swings? I think of Sir and Mr. Max and Miss Austen. I bet they wish they were on swings today. I look at Mr. Willis and say, I hope I never grow too old to be playful with my friends. Mr. Willis pats me on my back and says, One is never too old to play, Finnan. Always play. The event is going to be in Sir's honor. Everyone enjoys sharing ideas for the talent show. It is decided that Charles will be doing another speech. I wonder if we can have animals at the facility, I ask. Yes, Finnan. Knowing your brother has a circus, I asked to make sure it would be allowed. They were delighted to think there will be animals doing tricks. My brother is going to be very excited, I say, and the class cheers. Tiernan has made his way into everyone's heart, and rightfully so. As we are making plans, I can't help but take note of how Sir helped to create so much goodness for the community. I would like to follow in his footsteps. I think to myself, and as I'm pondering, my heart once again speaks up. The answer is love. I want to have a personal conversation and speak out loud, but I understand that my heart is guiding me, and there must be a reason for the guidance. That evening, as I lie in bed with my faithful companions, I watch many car lights float by on the ceiling, and I can't help but think of the village Sir saved from war. If he was royalty, my great-grandfather should also be royalty. And if he was royalty, why are we just discovering this information now? I drift off to sleep. As my body relaxes into the mattress and the warm blankets, my heart speaks once again. Share your magnificence. In the morning, I remember what my heart said, and I'm not sure if it was a dream. It must have been a dream, because I don't think I have magnificence to share. I am a good person and all, but magnificent? I wouldn't say that about myself. I can smell breakfast from my room, and Sky Charles is eager to be downstairs with the others. As I open my door, I can hear something in the hallway. It is a strange sound that I have not heard before. I walk down the hallway towards the faint sound. It leads me to my brother's room. I place my hand on the door, and as I enter his room, I notice he is sitting on the floor. Even though his back is turned, I can tell he is crying. "Little man," I say in a soft whisper, "are you okay this morning?" He turns around and shakes his head, not saying a word. I walk into the room and I sit beside him. I sit quietly until he finally speaks. "Finnan, do you think we will all go to heaven?" I think about the answer. I know it has to be something I feel to be true, but that it will also make his heart feel better. "Why are you asking this question today?" He shrugs his shoulders and says in a quiet voice, "I was just wondering." Hemingway makes his way to investigate what we are doing, and he curls up with Tiernan. "Will Hemingway go to heaven?" he asks. I sit and I remember what my heart has been saying, that love is the answer. Tiernan, no matter where we are, or what we do, or where we travel, we will always have love. He looks at me as if to say, that didn't make any sense. I try my words again. Tiernan, I believe each of us goes to heaven, and I believe that heaven can be on earth. We are here together, and I am sure that because our hearts are connected, we will always find a way to be together. I just don't want everyone to go to heaven and leave me here, Tiernan says as a tear streams down his cheek. That's just it, little man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You have so much love in your heart. You will never be alone, not here on earth or in heaven. If you believe heaven and earth can be the same place, you will never be alone. He nods his head. I can see that I have made him feel better. You know what? I say. You have a special day coming up. I do? He asks. It's not my birthday. No, Tiernan, it's not your birthday, but you have been requested to perform at a fundraiser. Perform? He says with a wide grin. Yes, you and Hemingway and Sky Charles have been invited to perform your great circus act. His eyes widen as he hugs Hemingway. He asks with great eagerness, when? In 2 weeks. Will that be enough time to get ready? Yes, Finnan, we are ready now. Sky even has a new trick. He does? What is his new trick? He rolls over, jumps into the air, comes back down, and then rolls again. Really, I say. When do you have time for all this training? It's easy, he says. Sky loves treats, and he knows he gets lots of treats when he does cool things. I smile and I ruffle his hair, just like my mom does to me. I am going to have breakfast. Are you coming downstairs now? Will you piggyback me? I sure will. He gets up onto his bed so he can get on my back with ease, and as he wraps his arms around my neck, he says, This is heaven, Finn. It feels like heaven, and laughs all the way down the stairs. As we sit around the table having breakfast, Paige asks if we are going to see what's in the treasure chest. Yes, Paige, on Friday night we will discover what is in the chest. I know there is something in there for you as well, my dad says. Really, Dad? Isn't that nice? He wrote it in the book. I know which box is yours. How are you going to get the chest into the living room? I ask, knowing how big it is. Finnan, a few of my friends will help me move it. It will take some muscle power. There must be beautiful things in the chest, my mom says eagerly. I also know there is a box for you, my love, my dad says as he touches her hair. Isn't that wonderful? My mom says. Everyone is really looking forward to pizza night, looking forward to discovering the contents of the chest.